friends, welcome to our channel Delectable Flavors, and today Delectable Crew brought you a new recipe, and it's called rice toda, or it's called rice roti. So let's have a look at the ingredients we need in order to prepare a rice roti. So you need 4 cups of rice flour. You can buy from any store, or you can make you make it at home and you can use that. And I took 2 green onions. They are finely chopped, and you need about half teaspoon of salt. And this is a masala which I created at home, and I used coriander, cumin, few mint leaves, and black salt and a black pepper, and grind them together, and I made a masala that I'm going to put it in this. And I do have 2 small green chilies grinded. Now the red pepper is optional. If you want it, you can take 1/4 teaspoon of a red pepper. So we need half a cup of finely chopped baby spinach, or you can take a spinach leaves. I took a baby spinach leaves here. We need half cup of methi leaves. It needs to be finely chopped as well, and I did chop them into pieces. And we need 1 cup of coriander. So green coriander is the best option to go with. So I already chopped it, and you can chop, and we're gonna put all the ingredients one by one in our rice flour. And we need to mix this up with the water, and lukewarm water is the best best way to make the toda nice joint and fluffy. So I'm going to add salt, my own homemade masala, green chilies. If you don't like green chilies, then you can use just the red pepper, and half a cup of methi leaves, and half cup of baby spinach leaves. And I'm going to take 1 cup of cilantro. Now we need to mix them up with the help of lukewarm water, and we are going to put the water based on the need. So I would say add little by little, and then you can use your hands to mix, or you can use a spoon or spatula to mix, whatever works for you. Ultimately, we need to use the hands in order to mix them together. So just at the beginning, you can use a spoon because water is lukewarm, so it might be too hot for your hands. So you can just use little by little, and we need to make a dough. So now our dough is together with all the ingredients. By all means, for the herbs, you can use the other one if you don't want to use cilantro. You can use parsley, and you know what, you can use any other herbs that you like better over the methi leaves, or even a spinach leaves. So now you can see that it's almost ready. So now I need to use my hands, or you can use, if you don't feel comfortable with that, you can use food safe gloves in order to knead this dough. We need to do it with the hand, and we need to knead it until it's nice and soft dough. So now I knead the dough, and you can see how nicely it's compact now, and it's not sticking much onto the sides. But I want you to scrape off all the sides in order to bring them in the middle. And you can leave this for 5 minutes, about 5 minutes I would say, on a side, so that it's going to be nicely settled. And after that, we are going to make rotis with this rice flour. Now for rotis, you do need one more thing, which is, you know what, this roti is not like you can put it and you can roll it out. You need to make it on the hands, and sometimes it's challenging for, even for me also, it was challenging at the beginning. So I used this plate, and I'm going to use this plate. I would say you can use any kind of plate, which is stainless steel or a metal, and not the Corningware, because we need to apply a pressure on it that might break into pieces. So any metal plate will work. It needs to be kind of a flat, and we also need a parchment paper for that. So I'm going to show you. So I'm going to put this dough on side for 5 minutes, and I just want to let you know the quantity for the ingredients like the spinach and methi and cilantro, you can increase or decrease based on like how much kind of stuffing you like it in your roti or not. Okay, so I'm going to leave it on the side for 5 minutes and then I will show you how to make a roti. So I left the dough for 5 minutes. So now I'm going to take a little part of dough. So I'm going to take a little part of dough and I'm going to form a ball here. So you know, you can make it on hand too. Just to avoid that, you can use, if you don't have a big practice for that, because sometimes it doesn't turn out well, but sometimes it does. So we are going to use parchment paper in order to flat our dough in the form of roti. So I flattened the dough now. If you want, you can use a little bit of water on both sides so it's not going to stick to the parchment paper, but if you don't want it, that's fine. And meanwhile, make sure you have your tawa on, or a pan on your stove, and stove needs to be turned on a medium heat. So now I'm going to place another piece of parchment paper on top like this, and I'm going to take any flat stainless steel or any metal plate, and I'm going to put a weight on it in order to flat the dough in the form of roti. You can do it couple times if you want. It all depends on the size of the plate, and it all depends how big and how thick the roti you want it. Then you need to take the top layer off and put it on a side. You can use it for the second one. So now our tawa is ready. You can use a pan instead if you want. You can just flip it on and then take your parchment paper off. That you can use it for the second one. So now we are going to cook. So once one side is cooked, then we can flip it over to the other side. And if you want, you can use some oil. If you don't want to use oil, you can just cook it both sides without the oil. But I'm going to use a little bit of oil in order to get a better flavor. So I'm going to add a little bit on sides. And then after a few minutes, you can start trying to lift up the sides so the oil can get in and reach all the way to the middle. And if it's not lifting up, I would say wait for a couple more minutes. It means our roti is not ready to be flipped. So now you can see the edges are more coming off. Okay, so you're going to give a couple more seconds and then we'll flip it to the other side. So see how nicely it got crispy on the side. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the other side as well. And I'm going to start lifting up a little bit so that the oil will reach to the middle and it's evenly spread throughout the roti. Again, if it's not coming off, just wait for a couple more seconds and then you will see it's going to start getting in eventually. So it's moving freely, so that's a good sign. And now we're going to cook on the other side. Flip the roti 1 or 2 times in order to cook properly on both sides. And you know what, if you're allergic to wheat, this is another substitute in order to eat roti, if you really like it. You can press it if you want a little bit, so it's nicely cooked from the middle as well. I can see it's nice crispy on the edges, but not in the middle. So sometimes it just fluffs up and don't touch the bottom of the pan or the tawa. So it's better to press it down so it can be cooked from the middle as well. So See, I did it. So from middle also it's getting crispy, which is good. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. If you would like to get the instructions step by step, you can visit our website, and even for the ingredients also the quantities are mentioned, and I'm going to leave a link in the description box where you can look at the quantities as well. So I'm going to just one more time flip it to this side, and then it's ready to eat. So now our rice roti is cooked, and once it's done, I'm going to serve it. So now our rice roti is ready. I'm serving it with a raita and a butter. And there's another way to enjoy this roti is to put the butter on top of rice roti, and it will melt and it gives you a nice flavor and a taste when you take the bites of this roti. So this was the recipe for today, how to make a rice roti, and I hope you enjoyed or like this recipe. If you really like this recipe, please give us a big thumbs up. And please subscribe to our channel. Again, for all step-by-step instructions, you remember to visit our website, and try to share it with your friends as much as possible so that they can enjoy the same taste as you. And stay tuned with us every week for new recipes. Till then, bye-bye. Thanks for watching.